This turn I've agreed to another non-aggression pact with the Iconian Refuge, so I'm basically now committed to going after a certain victory type, that is diplomatic victory with the Iconians and probably the Altarians, and wiping out the Snaffly, because I hopefully will be able to wipe out the Snaffly within 50 turns, put it that way. Apart from that, I don't believe I'm actually going to make peace with the Drengin. Turns out they don't have all that many attacks, and it's probably more worth my while to potentially lose some ships in taking out their fleet on Kona. If I don't do that, they could potentially surrender to someone, and that could cause me more issues. I am actually able to trade with the Altarians this turn, but our non-aggression treaty runs out with them in 3 turns, so I think I'm going to wait until the last set before trading with them. The Snaffy could trade with at any time. Probably going to trade with them just before I declare war on them. I've done most of the movement for the turn. The next tech I'm going for is a specialization tech. I believe there are quite a few minor races that have that, so I want to pick that one up. That one's arguably the best still again, but yeah, I don't want to redesign my ships constantly, and if I got that I would have to do yet again. So there's the odd ships left to move this turn. There's a constructor here that's got into place. Let's pick up a couple of resources there. Okay, and I'll put that on pass and figure it out later. Come back to that. There's another constructor site here. Right, that is gotten by that starbase. You know what though, just in case that somehow is destroyed, I'll move that up. So it's 2 under. Right. Mining. Pass there. Come back to that. There's a censorship here. I've been moving my combat ships made over there in this direction, but I'm going to be moving them back over there probably in a minute. Let's come back over here. Okay, Intrepid, let's pick up, an artifact. So the next tech that's really expensive, I believe, is the Graviton Thrower, which is like an upgrade to the kinetic weapons. So I want that. So I didn't pick it up, but I got extra money. So what was I researching? That wasn't it. Okay, so is there any more? There's a wormhole over there, there's a ship graveyard. Let's come over in that general direction. Okay. There's another one over here, let's pick up space junk. Can't get that yet. Alright, move on. That fleet, I'll destroy that shipyard this turn. Do a quick battle. Okay. It's got 2 movement points. I should be able to destroy that starbase as well. So let's do that. Hopefully I don't lose any assault fighters. I might do 1 maybe. Right, what's left? Just those 2. Right, let's take out that shipyard as well. So I finished all of the movement for the turn. Let's end the turn. Okay, it looks like I had an Intrepid maybe on automated movement. Let's picked up some whatchamacallit, junk anomalies, I believe. So I'm gonna have to figure out where they are this turn. Now I'm really hoping that the Drengin don't surrender, but it is a possibility. This could cause issues, although Kona would probably flip back to me at some point, but all of these star bases and remaining ships that Drengin have would go to whomever they surrender, rather than become pirate ships or star bases, which is what I want to happen. Much easier to deal with if they are pirate ships, should be, or star bases. This turn I should be able to take Kona pretty easily. I've just got to decide how I'm grouping up my fleets in the area. I actually stuck a shipyard in Drengi, so that's been built here. That's a transport thing. So there's a transport there, because, well, if I can click on this properly. Yeah, the current population is massive here, so I've actually got to do something about this, and I've got to take that off as well. Yeah, I want to take off that population before it's lost, so I'm going to create a transport in that newly made shipyard. Probably going to bring that down to actually grab some population. I don't believe there's any... Was it Hershey here? Yeah. So, wow. Oh, it looks like there's a few planets there in fact. Yeah, so I'm going to bring that down here. Right, so what have I got to do this turn? I've got lots of bits of movement as always, so I'm going to do that, do my colonies, check for trade deals, and then I'll continue to wipe out the dredging. Recently I've created an armoured escort ship. This is the Curus design, so it's got a ton of titanium plating. It's very similar to the rock salt design I've created before, and it's going to work in exactly the same role. To protect my damage dealing capital ships. I'm going to be using these against the Snappy. It's not really as good as the rock salt ship. I can't really get as much armor on this as or protection as I could on a rock salt ship. I believe it's because of differences in how the defenses work. Basically, you can get a lot more bang for buck off the missile defense, it would seem. So I might have to actually research a bit more armor, perhaps. That would definitely come in handy. So I'm making one of those this turn. I've got it being started in one of my shipyards. I think it is that one there. Yeah, I'm going to be getting some more of those up soon as well. I've got my combat to do, which I'm about to do now. I haven't taken you through my planets for a while. I'm probably going to do this about every 10 turns or so now, just to save time. So this is Infernum, getting this food up here. Most of my planets are now actually getting their food up because I've recently gotten this intensive farm building here. It's basically been done for quite a while. There's not much to say in a lot of these really. You can see pretty much what they're doing, but everywhere now is looking a lot more developed. Most of the terraforming has gone up on a lot of the worlds. There's a bit here and there, and the further down the list we get, the more is needed to do that. So I've actually made a wealth world, which I'm not entirely sure was a good decision. Maybe they should have had it as a Hyperion world or just more manufacturing. That's research, but yeah, most of them are research or manufacturing really. That one also I've done as wealth, which maybe I should have relocated my Hyperion shrink into that tile with a +3 bonus. I'm kind of hoping that I find a really good alien world that I capture where I can stick the Hyperion shrinker actually, because I want to swap around my Hyperion buildings a bit perhaps. Let's research, get more money there, which maybe I don't really need actually. Getting that up soon. Maybe I should wait until that goes up to use it on, well, it's extra hit points. That would be very useful on the escort ships actually. That's going to be research. Not sure about that world. That's getting production up. That's new precursor world. Power, which has recently taken another precursor world. Those two precursor worlds would be amazing eventually. Drengy, that tile's got good research bonus, so I could have a good researcher in there. That building is incredible for the dredging as well. It actually gives food bonuses. So this planet has my most food on it compared to any other planets I have. So having tons of farms here might be an idea. If I had a growth bonus as well, or food bonuses here, I could use it just to send transports to and get a ton of population. I've got to get this transport down from here, but I want to do combat first. So I've moved these fleets over a tiny bit. Now this has got, it's all carriers and a couple of command ships. Let's wipe out the shipyard here. So I've got full complement now of actual assault fighters, and I believe I figured out exactly how regeneration works. After you've lost a fighter, you basically get fighters back 3 turns after you've lost them, and I believe it's only 3 per ship though, so if you have a couple of carrier modules on it, you won't get them back after 3 turns. You'll have to wait 6 turns to get the 4th one back. I haven't done a lot of testing, but I've done a bit of testing on it, so I think that's how it works. Not sure if keeping in your territory or sticking the carrier on the planet actually increases the regeneration time. Probably not, but yeah, I haven't actually tried that out. Right, so I'm going to do a quick battle. Let's wipe this out. So I probably won't lose any assault fighters on that, and it's no easy way to find out though. This has got 11 movements. What's that got left? That has also 11 movement. I have another carrier there which I could bring down. So I'm going to wipe that starbase out, and we didn't lose any. So I'm going to do quick battle again. Now Kona has a ton of these Ravagers. Now these assault ships attack escorts first, and then they attack capital ships, which is a worry. I think I want a ton of assault fighters and carrier ships to basically deal with this situation then. So what have we got here? We've got ironclads, that rocks that I could put across, but it's not great. I don't really want ironclads then. So I've grouped up now all of these ships. They are all either command ships or carrier ships, so I don't have to worry about any of these ships getting damaged. They should all attack the assault fighters, which I don't really care if they get killed because they'd regenerate. So let's attack Kona, and you can see here we've got crazy numbers. There's a 64 limit, but I don't think we've reached it. So let's actually watch this battle as well. All of these actually have good beam defense, which is going to work very well against these. I've got a ginormous fleet here. I can go to free movement. I can zoom in a bit here. Yeah, so to support some of my older command ships actually have missiles, but they ain't ever going to fire. Yeah, or the old command designs. I'm getting massive bonuses because I've got so many command ships here. Normally that would be 4, I think. I am going to lose some, well, a lot of assault fighters here actually, but as I mentioned, they regenerate. As long as I can take down all the defences off Kona, that's the key thing. They won't be able to attack my support ships until all my fighters are dead. If all my fighters die, I'm probably going to lose this battle, but yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Let's turn the speed up. Oh, that's actually over. So how many did I lose? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's very hard now to figure out which ships lost these, because the game doesn't really tell you unless you actually enter into the combat engagement screen. Right, so there's a starbase here. Let's actually invade Kona first though. So there's 6 billion here. Let's bring that down. I don't believe there's any point in keeping a engine around, really, so possibly could be a mistake. You can see that yeah, defeated influences started to affect this, so it would, in theory, flip it even though it's the last planet eventually. We've got 100% likelihood of success with conventional warfare. I don't really want to spend money up with that, although I believe there's a chance I might lose tiles here. You see planet damage, it mentions there, moderate. So I think that's loss of tiles, and the improvements is increased more so than that one. So sectors lost, I believe, means tiles. And we lost 1 improvement, so that's fine. We didn't lose any tiles, that's a key thing. The Drengen Empire have been destroyed. And shame we didn't get more notification like the Drengen having a defeat screen there, but yeah, maybe startup could add that at some point. So very production focused, secondary world here. Got biospheres I can add to that. There's a tiny bit of combat to do at the end of this turn. I've done most of the movement, there's only a little bit left. I've really got to figure out how I'm going to attack the Snathi now though. They have a lot of small fleets all over the place, which could potentially cause problems to me with my transports, for example. So I need to probably hunt those down at some stage. I'm not going to be declaring war on them quite yet. There's just no real point. I'm actually quite a bit behind militarily as well. I'm going to gather fleets around here and then probably get my transports to take these planets straight away as soon as I can, basically. I don't know where the transports are. They're probably around Snappy Prime, I imagine. I think I looked in the list of ships before and I only had about 5 transports. My nearest colonies to them are down here, which is where my main fleet's going to be. But I probably need to have a sensor around these areas as well, just in case they sent fleets over, and perhaps up here as well by Hershey. I think, well, it's Marauders, which look similar to their ships' colour terms, which being a tiny bit colourblind can be a bit confusing. So there's a crusher over there. Yeah, I need to look for the odd ship here and there which could pose a threat to star bases, but all that's in the future. There's a odd Drengen ship which is going to cause problems maybe, so I should probably hunt those down. Old Drengen ship, they're all pirates now, of course. So speaking of that, there's one here. Let's kill that. I've got an ironclad next to it. It's actually pretty damaged as well. I'll do a quick combat, but I should lose some hit points here probably. Got a censorship there, which I need to probably keep in the area. So yeah, I lost a bit of hit points. I think I'm going to come down here with this ironclad and deal with that one as well. I wouldn't mind destroying that starbase, but it's not exactly important. I don't have any constructors to actually replace it with. Now, I had a small fleet being made here. I had a couple of ironclads which I'd made recently, and also a command ship. Now, I actually put a prototype survey module on my command ships, the recent designs. So I'm actually should be able to pick up this precursor anomaly. I think that fleet should be enough to deal with the opponents that are here. I wouldn't mind watching this battle actually. Yeah, I'm probably going to get a bit beaten up. These are interceptors, most of them are. So, oh, we've got the command ship actually has assault fighters. I'm not sure which interceptors attack first of all. It's probably the support ship, but they won't attack that until... Well, they have to attack that because they're in range first, until these come into range, and they might switch targets then, but I'm not sure. Looks like it's still attacking them actually, which is probably good. Oh, they are actually heading off towards that. Are they able to fire on it? Don't think so. Let's speed that up. Let's support that last one. Yeah, so that was fine actually. So what reward are we going to get here? Plus 25% to income of all colonies. It's not great grammar probably. Treasury 1662. So that's a very, very nice boost actually. So I don't know if there's any more of those in the area. This fleet could grab while it's over here. I'm actually at a movement with that. So a lot of my fleets can actually grab graveyards now because of having those bonuses. That's a star base nearby. I'm just going to do a quick battle there. Should I come down there and kill that while I'm over here? I might do. That's an Iconian ship. 3 movements. Yeah, maybe. The center ship we're going to move in a second. That Intrepid can... Oh shit. Yeah, I should have switched that first. But I didn't get a free tech actually anyway, so I'm not going to beat myself up about that. There's a ship graveyard there. Okay. Censorship, I think is fine. Right, and I believe that is the end of the turn. There's some stuff on auto up there, it seems. They're starting to move back. I don't think they were at war with the Drench, and I don't really know why all of these snappy ships have been coming over here. Shipyards this turn, I got transports being made there, I think. I got another transport being made up there. Those two have been shut down recently. I think a constructor's being made in one of those, and cuirass is being made there. I've got a heck of a lot of resources these days, which I need to turn into useful ships probably rather than sell them. I don't really need the money these days. Right, so I'm gonna be doing the usual colonies, bits of movement. I've got bits of combat to do before I end the turn now. My shipyard situation, you can see what I'm building here. So I've got a transport being built near Infernum. My main shipyard making stuff is over here, so I'm making a cuirass with my main bonus planets, focusing on that. That planet has got a ironclad being made by Infernum, and at the top I'm making some more transports. So the combat that I've got to do, what is it? There's an Intrepid down here picking up a graveyard, so let's do that. Quick battle here. Okay, extra movement. That is another graveyard. Let's pick you up. And quick battle. And we've got a colony ship. What is that? Head off towards a capsule. That colony ship, I'll probably use it to... I'm about to destroy that actually, so I think I'll bring it up here and turn it into a constructor in a minute. It does actually have 2.5 billion people on it. I should drop off the population really on a planet before turning it into a constructor. This fleet then, let's wipe out this starbase. It's a quick battle. I think I'm going to have to leave a fleet around here maybe, because there are the odd snaffy ships that I'm going to have to destroy. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to build up, well, to the point where I want to declare war now, basically. I may actually skip ahead a bit and not show all of the footage I record for a while I'm building up. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. This turn as well, I've realised that there was a implication in regards of conquering a Drench, and the Iconians have been affected by that. Shouldn't prevent me from getting an alliance eventually with them now. So that's done. Let's move this fleet over here. Okay, so a couple of movement left. There's a ship graveyard, which this should be able to pick up. Battle there. Gunboats. There's some star bases as well over here, which maybe I should destroy en route. So 4 movements. Let's take that out. Quick battle. Okay, I think the remnants of the Drengen have nearly all been destroyed. There's a couple of ships that I know about, and that's about it now. This Intrepid can pick up the graveyard. Battle, there's a capsule up there. Constructor, I'm going to have to move that in a second. Capsule coming up, so let's switch this over to that tech temporarily. Brilliant. So I might have some cargo space in a bit. I should probably pick up these anomalies within the snaffy territory pretty quick before we enter a war with them actually. So let's switch that back. Unless I can find some more Intrepids. That's the fleet that picked up a precursor anomaly last turn. Let's get that graveyard. Brought Cuirass towards it as well, hasn't quite caught up. There's a cutter there. There's an artifact down there, so I think I'll go and grab that. Okay. What's left? Transports. Nether Intrepid and Graveyard. A survey ship. Oh, that's quite a reward. Let's head off towards that space junk. Should probably get that to get the space junk actually, and that can head off towards graveyards or capsules. Right. Transport. Gunboats. Have that to Fernham. What is this? There's a constructor I just got. There's some resources over here, so just bring it down there and figure it out later. That ironclad, let's destroy this. It's luckily for me got next to no hit points. Okay. Right, probably try and fleet up with maybe that or something. What's left? Cutter. Go up here. And that is the end of the turn. Next turn. I think the non-aggression treaty with the Altarians runs out this turn. I'm probably going to renew it. Don't think there's any point in conquering them if I'm not going to conquer the Iconians. I gotta switch my freighters as well at some point. Probably gonna switch it to the Iconians from the Snaffy. Oh shit, I didn't mean to leave it on that. Can I change that? Slow down. Right, not a good time to get this galactic event. Global effect, minus 25% ship speed all races. The burden comes to you with an opportunity. The Lantern are dangerous and we would appreciate aid in being rid of them. Would you accept 651 credits to do this for us? No, I would not. So, transport. Okay, I'm going to do all of the basic movement and the colonies, and then we'll get to the combat. I did actually decide to renew the non-aggression pact with the Altarians. I picked up precursor studies off them as well for a bit of extra money. So that technology, what it does, if I go into here, I believe I should be able to show you. So basically what it does is increase the mining capability. And also it greatly increases the bonuses to all extreme precursor worlds, which it mentions there. So I've got a couple of those. I've got the recently colonized, well both of them are recently colonized, Shandoria. So the research bonus went up massively and also got extra raw production. So even though I do have a lot of wealth bonuses on this world, I can never get as much, I believe, as the bonuses I can get off that by increasing those precursor bonuses. And also I have a bonus on this one here, not that one there actually, this one here, Liberty, so this is yet more manufacturing, so that's gone up an absolute 10. I should be able to get buildings done reasonably quickly, but of course you can only make one building per turn or upgrade one building per turn, so yeah, it will take a while. I might actually put that on making ships as well in the meantime. The Altarians actually must have had a benevolent event, I believe, so they've got a planet that can be colonized there, and the free colony ship I got down here I started to bring up there. Probably will never get there before it's colonized. I can't be asked, to be honest, making a colony ship that's really quick in a shipyard perhaps over here, which maybe I should do actually, but yeah, not going to. I wouldn't be able to keep it anyway, I'd lose it. So I've got bits of movement as usual before I end the turn. That's got into position. I'm going to make a constructor there. So I've only got one choice there, so I get the econ. Oh, approval actually. Econ. That can pick up. Oh, it's an artifact. So I think the one I'm going for next is going to be the graviton thrower. The Altarians did have a mass driver specialization tech, which maybe I should have picked up actually, especially if I get this now, since I'm going to have to redesign my ships. Right, so I'm going to be doing that soon. That Curious I brought down here, probably should have waited until I moved this first though. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to have to redesign my ships. I've actually got 4 shipyards this turn making proper combat ships. So the Cuirass is the one where the bonuses are going to, or the other ones I don't mind so much if they have the bonuses basically. Cuirass only really needs the hit point bonus really though. It's the key one there for that. This one actually got hit point bonus, so I think my hit point bonus off Juma is 16 hit points, which is crap really, but you know, better than nothing. Right, stack and fleet up somehow, somewhere. That's a graveyard, let's destroy them. That's coming down, let's grab that and maybe destroy that. Got a gunboat there. Trepids can come up towards a capsule. Set a movement. That can pick up a capsule. I'm gonna hopefully pick up this turn so I don't have to redesign stuff twice over. 25%? No, shit. Right, that's ship graveyard, space junk, with some capsules. Yeah, my movement is going to be a problem now with that stupid event. It's going to slow me down, getting ships over towards a snaffy perhaps. Ironclad to come back to... Let's destroy that starbase. Quick battle. Okay, it's got too much movement left. 8. Grab that. Maybe not. Gunboats, ironclads. Right, so what I'm going to do now then is redesign my ships this turn, finish up that tiny bit of movement, and then I'll end the turn. So this is my new ironclad design. I've basically just replaced the old pulse cannons with the graviton drivers, so it's now yet more lethal in terms of kinetic power. Used to be 33 and now it's 50, and likewise I've also updated the Cuirass because it had 1 pulse cannon and now 1 graviton drive. I need to upgrade the battleship and I'm not making any at the moment, so there's not much point, and I've replaced those in the shipyards as well. I believe I have enough manufacturing in each case to get them done. I hope so, at least anyways. That's 1, 2 and 3. Yeah, it's enough. And I'm making a command ship there as well. Right, so that's the end of the turn. Made sure I put that back in our list. Good. Thought I'd forgotten then. So the speed, I think the speed's in. It partially reduced my speed this turn, but it's going to fully reduce my speed next. I don't know how long it works for. 12 turns in fact. It does. Minus 25% off, so it's a bit of a pain. The current, right, turns over. The current situation with the military power, about level with the Altarians. I need to have fleets over here, so yeah, once they're over there I'm going to be highly considering attacking the Snaffy. That's about the best fleet they have in the area. It's pretty crap, isn't it? So they just have millions of crusher ships, which aren't all that amazing to be honest. The Snaffy, I think I definitely easily beat them. Right, there's a capsule up there. Let's pick that up if I can this turn. Brilliant, so I have. Right, I'm going to upgrade my ships again this turn since I've just picked up that tech. There's a capsule up there, which you're going to bring that towards. Can't pick up that graveyard with that survey ship. Right, I've got tons of movement again this turn to do. I don't know what I want to get with that capsule. So I'm going to do my colonies, do my movement, and then we'll do my combat and end the turn.